Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. I was thinking about using one of my second characters to be in Lowsec for a bit because I don't know if you've seen before, but my character Lucid Deep Watcher, as he's called, he is a part of Factional Warfare, so he's just sometimes in and out. I sometimes use him in and out of Lowsec. But generally speaking, my main character is mainly a high-sec person, but this guy here is a low-sec person, and it made me thinking. I wanted to discuss with you guys some ways which you can earn ISK in low-sec, which I would think would be good, all ranging from like really new players to a little bit more experienced players. So, I would say the first good way to earn ISK in low-sec, this would be very, very basic stuff, very basic, like super basic, day one, is just basic belt ratting. And that's something I did a long time ago, and there are other better ways to earn ISK. You can do abyssal sites, earn better ISK than that, but it's a way you can earn ISK specifically in Lowsec, because abyssal sites, they can be done in Lowsec and they can be done everywhere, but you can do basic belt ratting in Lowsec, and you can find the battleships and try to selectively target them, and you can earn a couple of million ISK. And especially when you encounter the systems where you see the bounty risk modifier being 200%, which you can see here on the top left, then you'll earn double the bounty. So you can look for those systems and find battleships in these systems and then try to selectively kill them with like a basic frigate, like for example a Punisher or maybe even a destroyer, and try not to die from gate to gate. It is actually quite daunting. I remember doing this a long time ago, 2016. It was my absolute first way to gain some ISK, but it was decent. It was decent, but it was also risky. But it was also a little bit fun as well at the same time. It was not fun getting blown up, but it was fun where you would be able to find lots of NPCs and get quite a bit of ISK from it. That's one way. Not particularly good amount of ISK, nothing crazy, but it can be a little bit fun and can give you something. To be honest, abyssal sites would be better, and you could also do project discovery as well, which you can find here, and that could probably give similar amounts of ISK as well. So it's not at all a good way, but that's something you can do in Lowsec. Then another way I think that is a good way to earn ISK in Lowsec is ratting in Lowsec, but it is specific ratting. Now, when you go in Lowsec, if you so we're in high sec now, but if we warp to the asteroid belts, in the 0.3, 0.2, and 0.1 systems, you can find clone soldiers. Clone soldier NPCs is what they're called. And depending, the lower the security status, the better loot they drop. They always drop this tag, clone soldier tag, which you can see out here. If we look here, since we're in G2, we can see the negotiator is the best one. Yeah, that's the top tier one. But the lower tier of security status you go, the better one you find. So occasionally when you warp to a belt, like you can see here, nothing's going on. You will then encounter sometimes these clone soldiers, very random. Sometimes you find them, sometimes you don't find them, but they can actually give quite a bit of ISK, because as you saw there, one of those tags is always guaranteed to drop per one of these NPCs. So sell them, you get a lot of decent ISK from that. So that's a good way to earn ISK. I would say if you're going from many belts to belts all the time, you can on average find maybe 3, maybe 4 an hour. Last time I did this, but I did this many years ago, so it could be different now, but 3 to 4 an hour was maybe something I would get if I would like to constantly go to belts all the time. So it could yield a decent amount of ISK. It was not at all bad. So that's something you could get when you're a little bit more intermediate, where a little bit better, you've got a little bit better combat capabilities of your ships. And actually, you know, to be honest, I should actually go do that sometime, because it would be fun to give that a go. Especially if I were to use some kind of ship that is pretty cheap, then you're earning a decent amount of ISK for what you're like sacrificing, so to say. Okay, so clone soldier hunting is something that I think is pretty good. And then another aspect of there's some aspects of Lowsec that I have not explored too much. So fractional warfare, earning ISK with fractional warfare, I'm not at all particularly experienced with. I'm sure there are ways, but that's not something I can recommend since I don't have much experience in it myself. Used to be back in the day that you could do fractional warfare missions, and they would also get a lot of ISK, but they've changed it now, so it's a lot different. So I can unfortunately not give a big amount of advice on that. But just simply because I've not really been doing much fractional warfare, and I definitely should actually be doing more of that side of the game. It's just that it's not really been too much of my fancy, so that's honestly the reason why I haven't done much of it. But that is a big thing when it comes to Lowsec. Then, when it comes to Lowsec earning ISK, exploration is also another option. I would say it's probably not as good as the clone soldier hunting, but it is also an alternative if you want to earn a decent amount of ISK as well, because you can find the relic and data sites there, but it's probably better to just do them in nullsec and the wormhole space as well. And then there's another aspect of ISK making, which is actually relatively new because it didn't used to be the case. You can do mining in Lowsec, and it is actually not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not like crazy amounts of ISK. The clone soldier hunting is still going to yield probably more ISK, but a lot of the ores you can find in Lowsec. You can find here if you type EVE or ISK M3. I've got here. Then you can find the values per like M3. Like volume that is worth the most, and many of these are exclusive to Lowsec. You see here like dark ochre here is primarily available in low security systems, so some of these can be worth a lot. Like, see here 7,000. I'm not sure how much it is based on this, but we can check here. Dark ochre per M3 is 1,200 ISK, and then if we were to mine, say we were to mine like 20 M3 a second, then that would be times 1222 times 3,600. You can earn like decent amounts of ISK an hour doing mining, but it's only when you find the very rare ores and the very valuable ores and you're able to mine them without getting killed that you can earn a decent amount of ISK. Otherwise it's maybe not too good, but I know that there's a lot of people who do earn a decent amount of ISK by going and mining in Lowsec, so that's something. And then I would say the final tip I would have if you want to earn a lot of ISK in Lowsec is doing the L5 missions. The L5 missions, oof, they earn by far the most amount of ISK. I've not got anything that can earn better ISK in Lowsec apart from L5 missions. T6 Abyss can earn similar amounts of ISK as the L5 missions, but they, I wouldn't say that Abyss is like, it's something you can do everywhere, you know. So it's not like just exclusive to Lowsec, but L5 missions, they're so good. Unfortunately, I lost a bar guest not too long ago because I had some people gate camping me and I was being very silly. But I've got this system where I've got multiple of these bar guest ships, the battleships, in systems which potentially can have the L5 missions assigned to. So as soon as I accept a mission, then I just go to the system in like a really fast frigate, and then I just go to the station, equip my bar guest, and go do the mission quickly, and it's done. I don't even have to go to any kinds of gates. It just does it straight away. And there's a big credit to Gustav Manfred, a fellow YouTuber, who gave me the idea of trying out the multiple bar guest setup that he's also got. He really made a good video showing how to use bar guests and having them in different systems, like, and speed run a ton of missions. And he earned so much ISK from that. So big thanks to him for enabling me to learn that, because otherwise, if it wasn't for him, I would have never even known that I could earn tons of ISK by doing L5 missions in a relative safety as well, by using these multiple bar guest setups. So that's the ways I would earn ISK if I were to live in Lowsec. I probably should actually live in Lowsec and then actually conclude to what the best ways to earn ISK are. But the reason I'm saying this here is because the times I have been spending time in Lowsec, these are the aspects I've done, and I should actually try doing that clone soldier hunting. That wouldn't be too bad actually. But the basic ratting is an option. Then clone soldier hunting is that, well, I would say a very good way to earn ISK by doing ratting, and but you need to have a bit stronger ship because these clone soldier NPCs are quite strong. You've got exploration, not so good, and then you can also do factional warfare. I'm not too experienced in that. And then there's also something that's very good. Mining is an option as well. And that's what I do if I live in Lowsec. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new. I'm using my Retribution, cruising around the asteroid field, and it actually looks really cool. In the meantime, I'll be doing that. If you did enjoy the video or learn something new, please leave a like and subscribe. My Retribution. We'll catch you guys later.